your journey actually started kind of by mistake. And I guess
Yeah.
what I mean by that is I read somewhere that you were actually tricked into, and when I say journey, obviously your combat journey, which was wrestling to begin with, you were tricked into trying out for the team or something like that?
Yeah, so when the whole journey started off just wrestling. Wrestling kind of opened the doors to all this new outlet in life. And in the beginning, I was like, hey, a buddy of mine was, we turned buddy at the moment. It was just a random dude. It was like, hey man, come join the wrestling team. And then we get a lift because my brothers were huge, big guys, big power lifter guys. So they were big, and I was a tiny little fat kid at the time. So I was just like, oh, I want to lift and do weights. Showed up to the wrestling team, never lifted, but I fell in love with just the ability to just that one-on-one competition was just amazing. I think I went like 25 and 25, something. I lost half my matches in the beginning, but I just loved it. So I continued to keep going and wrestled all 4 years. I think I made it to stay as a freshman, not to regionals, and then got taken to state, and it was like the mecca of places. In Washington, it's called the Mat Classics. So it's this huge stadium with 21 mats. And you walk in, it's like football field full of mats, and it's just like this is the place you want to be. And it was that moment that I was like, you know what, I might get into this, and I just kept training. Ended up winning a couple tournaments, kept getting better. I was a two-time division champion, two-time regional champion. Took fourth in the state and sixth in the state overall my high school years, and then eventually I'm like, you know what? I got offered to go to different colleges. I got offered to go to Stanford to wrestle for them. Sadly, during high school, I lost my dad for cancer, and then I'm like, I didn't want to take off and leave my mom. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just stay. I said, I'll just stay around. So the community college got word of that and was like, hey man, we'll offer you a full ride. We'll take care of all your stuff. Just come down and wrestle for us. And it worked out. Ended up getting my associates in business and accounting, and then got eventually offered to go to wrestle for Menlo College. And it's funny that Menlo College is the sister school of Stanford. So going out to California, wrestling for them, and then eventually we wrestled Stanford, and I beat their guy, and their coach was like, "Hey, we know you. We tried to get you, didn't we?" And like, yeah, it didn't work out this time. Like, well, I'm happy for you. Turned out very well because Menlo College is a private business school where I ended up getting my bachelor's in finance.